I once hurt my first love, but when we met again, she actually took my first kiss by force. It's been a long time since we last met. Ah gee, that was a memory from a long time ago. When our family of 4 was the happiest, I suddenly got angry. The culprit of all this was the girl I once liked, Satsuki. 6 years have passed since then, and now I have transferred to Tojong in Tokyo. Facing the invitations to join the club, I rejected all of them, because my sister asked me not to join the club. Everyone was a little surprised to hear me say this. They even called me a traitor in private, but I don't care no matter what others say. Anyway, my daily life is centered on my sister Lin. Early this morning, Lin came to me in pajamas. Brother helped me tie my hair and change clothes. Although I am happy to say this, Lin is already 10 years old, and it is almost time for her to not rely on her brother. Hearing what I said, Lin immediately showed a pitiful look. I don't want to, after all, I can only rely on my brother. That's right. Actually, after our parents passed away 2 years ago, my brother and I left our previous home and began to move around among relatives. We only came to live with my aunt in the suburbs of Tokyo a month ago, so the job of taking care of my sister fell on me. Perhaps it was for this reason that she slowly became a useless girl who didn't match her age. After successfully sending Lin to school, I also started to busy myself with housework. Just as I was about to wash clothes, my aunt suddenly walked in. But she seemed to have some strange prejudices against me. Your face has been looking more and more like your brother recently, which looks really annoying. Although she is a little short-mouthed, she is really good to Lin and me. She also gives herself as much living expenses as possible every month. And my aunt is a person with many mysteries. This big house seems to be bought by my aunt, but I have never seen my aunt go out to work. She hides in her room most of the day, but according to my speculation these days, I roughly know what my aunt does. My aunt should be a writer, because someone in our family is often close to the editor. Although it is very strange here, compared with the past 2 years, I can finally live a normal life. And I have food to eat every day. In any case, it is a relatively peaceful daily life with Lin. I have to keep it no matter what. Although I said so, it seems to be just a fantasy. The next day after school, a familiar voice suddenly rang out. Ah gee, seeing that I had been ignoring her, the girl followed me all the way. Amidst the voices of ah gee, I finally turned my head back. What are you doing, ruining the fields? Before I could finish, the girl came up to me with a happy face. Ah gee, do you still remember me? I'm so happy, just call me Guanhua Sheu. We haven't seen each other for 6 years, so there's no need to introduce ourselves. You have been following me since this morning, and I haven't forgiven you for ruining my family's fields 6 years ago. After hearing what I said, Sheu looked at me thoughtfully, and then she began to apologize for following me, but she was so full of hatred that she didn't want to leave at all, and turned around to leave, but the next second, Sheu hugged me tightly. I will never let go before you listen to me. I wanted to break free and run away, but this woman was so strong that I had no choice but to agree to her first. I know, you let go first. The moment she let go, I ran away in one step, but Shark Moon didn't give up and continued to chase me. Meanwhile, Xiao Lin was walking home alone. Seeing a family of 4 happily farming together, she couldn't help but recall the past. Suddenly, she seemed to think of something. At the same time, a familiar voice sounded. Xiao Lin ran quickly, but before she could speak, she was pulled away by her brother. Brother, there is a woman behind calling the cows. After finally getting rid of Shark Moon, her sister suddenly threw herself a difficult problem. Brother, I want land. With land, I can grow vegetables with my brother, so buy me some land. Looking at my sister's innocent smile, although I didn't want to discourage her, we really couldn't do it due to our current financial situation. Besides, the money to buy land is not something that can be paid by working. Just when I didn't know what to do, my aunt suddenly opened the door and asked me to use the yard at home. Anyway, the yard is empty and I don't need it. However, I was very angry when I saw your face. She slammed the door hard, then Xiaolin and I came to the yard outside. Dense weeds were everywhere. This was really worse than I thought. If I want to farm, I must give up my rest time, and I must also take care of Lin. Although this is really tiring, if this can satisfy Lin, it doesn't matter if I sacrifice myself. Seeing that I agreed, Lin was also very happy. In this way, Except for school time, my brother will be all mine.